All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's been a minute. I hate when I have to say that, but it's been a minute. Gonna be a pretty chill stream today. We're gonna talk Shonen Jump. Gonna, do recommendations as always. I'm gonna pull up my list right now. We got Motif in the chat. What's going on, Motif? But yeah, it's gonna be pretty chill. Just sort of chat and rap, so to speak. We'll talk about some stuff that's been going on in the community. We'll talk about, I want to at least a little bit talk about Kanato's Magic, as well as the other manga in the new batch. Maybe I'll read some Underdoctor, because I feel like Kanato's Magic has been getting the most traffic. I feel like Underdoctor people still like, but hasn't been that talked about. And then Alien Headbutt, I feel like everyone has already kind of forgotten about. But we'll see. It's going good. Going good. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go. I do want to pull up. I have to pull up the list for chat recommends. Here we go. We got Oscar in chat. What's going on, Oscar? Oscar, tell me what's good with Centauria. I'm still behind on Centauria. I haven't caught back up yet, but how have the latest chapters been? It's Ramadan for me? Why? Isn't that in the fall? Am I crazy? Oh, it's a moon thing, so okay, that makes sense. I'm not Muslim, I don't know. I'm not trying to offend, I'm not familiar. I thought it was a specific time every year, but the lunar calendar thing makes sense. So well, happy Ramadan then. What was I gonna say? Yeah, what's good with Centauria? 3, 5. Let's pull up Manga Plus. Look at the rankings. It's been officially an entire month from the latest Gachi Akata chapter, which was... Oh, has it been on break? I had no idea. What? That's crazy. Wait a minute. Let's go to... my brain always... I still go to Manga Dex to look up chapters. And of course, Weeb Central always brings me to Radiant to remind me that I still can't read Radiant. Recommend Uzumaki. Yeah, I gotta read the Junji Ito stuff for sure. It's been on break for a month. We got Justin in chat. What's going on, Justin? Did the most recent arc, did it just end? Or is it just Kate Urana needed a break? Or is it a research break? Where are we? Yeah, February 3rd. That's crazy. I don't think Gachi Akata has never been on this long of a break, has it? It's crazy, like, I could never do a video on this, but it can't be emphasized enough, like, how crazy it is that somebody like Kei Urana basically never goes on break. As well as Yukinobu Tatsu. Tatsu goes on regular breaks, but, like, to call them regular compared to like Oda or, other people on Jump, it's like, what are we talking about? I think she just needed a break. Okay, that makes sense. Lately, your channel is doing well in terms of views. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, we took a bit of a slump in January, but we're coming back. This is gonna be a big year. Don't worry. We're gonna be doing the same numbers we were doing in the fall. What was I saying though? Oh my god, how do I even say your name? Hello, Ifiomantosi. How you doing? It was initially going to be a 3-issue break, but it's gone longer than expected for whatever reason. Yeah, maybe if everyone didn't like call Kate Irwin a racist and a homophobe, and you know, all these names on Twitter, she wouldn't need to take like a month break to get away from all the crazies. I almost said you crazies. It's not everybody. We got Nahush. What's going on, Nahush? Long time no see. How was your day? My day's going good. Just busy. Wrapping up content. The arc in Gachi Akata is not over yet, but the main fight in the arc with Maimo is over. 95% sure? Yeah, it's always like, yeah, it's over. Asterisk, right? OG, I personally prefer manga over anime for most works. I generally agree, but ideally an anime should be better than the manga, because the one thing that an anime is never gonna do better than the manga is manga art style. Like, that's never gonna happen. There's also certain things that anime can like never capture that you get by reading the manga, like certain page turns don't translate well to anime. What are some truly underrated manga? Like really underrated? I still think Eden Zero is pretty underrated, despite, you know, the final arcs. I would say Galaxius is pretty underrated right now, but give it enough time and like give it an anime and give it the right anime. I think that would blow up. I do think Demons of the Shadow Realm is underrated right now, but I'm hopeful that the anime will give it plenty of attention. It's crazy because like nobody talks about it because it's a monthly manga. It's been going on for a while now, so it's like it's not like the new sexy thing anymore. But it's really good. What was I gonna say? That is crazy though. I was in the middle of saying that it can't be emphasized enough. Like I could never really make a video on this. Maybe a short, but not like a long video. But it deserves its own video. But basically, like just the fact that Kate Urena and Yukinobu Tatsu basically never take breaks is almost unprecedented. Like maybe back in the 80s and 90s, like maybe Akira Toriyama never took breaks. I don't know. I wasn't reading Dragon Ball Weekly. But at least in the modern world, it's crazy. Like it's so much more common for manga creators to get burnt out. I mean, Takei with Shaman King, Oda, although he still keeps grinding, Bleach. I'm sure Naruto had breaks too. I wasn't reading Naruto Weekly. What else? JJK, My Hero, Black Clover. Like basically any big manga has hit a point where it's been like, all right, I gotta pump the brakes here. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get a ginger ale. I'm gonna go relax, right? Like, give me like a week. I'll be good. What's the thing that keeps you creating content about anime and manga every week? Just good storytelling. That's it. That's really it. And, you know, dumb people and dumb takes so that I can make a video and be like, what are you talking about? Whose mans is this? I'm up to date with Centauria on chapter 84, and nothing special is happening, but it's still good. We got the backstory for Arcosa's maid. Yeah, I'm probably gonna let it build up for a while, although at some point I need to catch up on a bunch of Jump Plus manga. Like, at some point I want to catch up on assassin romance manga. Oh my god, what the hell is it called? It's gonna piss me off now. No, not Kindergarten Wars. What the hell is the series called? My thoughts on Vagabond? Have not read it yet. I know, I'm a fake fan. I haven't read it yet. What the hell is the series called? Not Kissing Romance. Marriage Toxin. That's what it was. Thank you, Marriage Toxin. Marriage Toxin I want to catch up on. Hero Organization I should definitely catch back up on. Shojin X. Witch Riv. I do want to check out Drama Queen because I don't know, I think people are still reading it. So Mad for sure. Centauria. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then The Trembling Right Hand for sure. Kate Urina spends too much time on Twitter, so much drama, and she got sick too, so many bad things happening at once. Yeah, I don't think she should like delete her account, but I think she should just like post stuff and then just like not read the comments. That's pretty much it. Naruto's best written character is Kakashi. I think so. He's one of the best. I don't know if he's number one. Elusive Samurai also ended recently. Great ending for me. I mean, that was one where I was just like, okay, wrap it up. But I'm glad to hear it got a good ending. How could you forget Togashi? Oh yeah, Togashi. Togashi has been on break for so long that sometimes I forget that Hunter x Hunter is even a thing. Even though I love Hunter x Hunter. I will never trash Hunter x Hunter. I will make satire of the fact that like it's a manga that is still ongoing and really just needs to end at this point. But yeah, that's a whole thing that I have an opinion on that people don't like. And I could make a video on it, but it would be a video that would just be like, who is this for? Well, it's been 6 years since you first uploaded your first video. Yeah, I've been doing it for going on 7 years. Yep. Yeah, Marriage Toxin has an upcoming season, so that's another one where I'm like, it's probably due. Marriage Toxin, I will most likely read the whole thing. What is it on? Like chapter 140? Where is it? I know I just saw it on here. What's it on? 156. So I was close enough. Let's go to rankings. Here we go. Would I say Hunter x Hunter has one of the best power systems? Oh, 100%. It's like number one, almost. I would say JoJo and Hunter x Hunter are tied for number one. Like, there's so many great power systems, but every time I like really sit down and look at it, like, it always comes down to JoJo and Hunter x Hunter. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't think they beat them. Anyway, so I just want to start by going off looking at the rankings. Then I want to kind of talk about the latest batch of Jump manga and where they seem to be at after like 5 weeks. Let's see. So Modulo just ended. I'm behind on that ish. I like basically know the ending. Obviously it ends Sunday. I liked Modulo. I know a lot of people think the ending is kind of lame. I like it. Chainsaw Man's another one I have to catch up on, but no surprise, it's number 2. One Piece number 3. Boruto number 4. Dawn to Dawn is number 5. Let me talk about Dawn to Dawn for a second, as someone who, you know, tries to be a big voice for Dawn to Dawn. You should read Holy Land manga. It's a masterpiece. I'll throw that on the list. So Dawn to Dawn is in an interesting spot right now where, and I said this months ago and people bit my head off, but I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. Only Dawn to Dawn fans really care about Dawn to Dawn, which has always been the case, but it is kind of hitting a similar stage in its life cycle as, say, One Punch Man. And let me clarify what I mean. One Punch Man is perfectly fine in the manga. It is what it is. Excuse me. But it's been around for long enough where only the people who've been reading it really since day one are reading it weekly. Compare that to, say, I'm trying to think of what would be the best example right now. Maybe Kagurabachi, right? Maybe Gachi Akata. So actually, I think the best example would be Gachi Akata, because you could have people who like just read the manga, or excuse me, just watched the anime, and they're like, oh, let me catch up to the manga and see if it's good, right? That's what it feels like anyway. Again, I could be talking out of my butt here. Dawn to Dawn is at a point where season 2 definitely got a good amount of buzz. I think season 3 will also get a lot of buzz. But with the manga, like, even though we're in between seasons, it does feel like there's a certain lack of discourse online. Again, I could be in the wrong circles, but it doesn't feel like people are as excited about Dawn to Dawn chapters as they were like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. At this point, it feels like only people who really like Dawn to Dawn care about reading the manga weekly, and there really is no like casual following for the chapters, which is fine. This has kind of been like Dawn to Dawn's story. It's just one of those manga where like it's popular, but like not as trendy, right? Like it's kind of niche. So I say all of this to say, when people start talking about like, oh, Dawn to Dawn could be, you know, 500 chapters long, I'm just like, I think it's got, what chapter are we on? 150? Excuse me, no, we're on chapter 227. Real talk, I think it's got like another 100 chapters. I think it'll go to like chapter 330, 350. Because at this point, we basically know what the end game is. It's to stop this ultimate yokai thing. We're already seeing the players of what I imagine would be a final battle come out. And at this point, you know, to circle to the romance of Dawn to Dawn, we're already at a point where people feel like we've kind of done all the things we can with Okarun and Momo without like officially making them a couple. So Dawn to Dawn is at a certain point where like all the pieces are in place. We've done so many things that can be done without being repetitive. It's like it's perfectly ripe for a final arc, for like Dawn to Dawn, the final part, right? So I say all of this, right? Like the weekly following is slimmer than it used to be. We're at a point where, you know, people are like, okay, yeah, the Dawn to Dawn chapters are good, but, you know, I'm not necessarily in a rush to read it, right? It wasn't that long ago that people were like, you know, we keep doing the same thing, basically. Like, when are we going to get new stuff? I know they haven't announced it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the next... I wouldn't be surprised if by the summertime they make an announcement like Dawn to Dawn is in its final part. That's just me. The end game is about Jermaine building a bread factory. I would love that. Your thoughts on anime content creators on YouTube? I have not that specific topic in mind, but thank you for that. OG, we finally saw Zuma in the latest Dawn to Dawn chapter. It feels like I haven't seen him in ages. Yeah, I love Zuma. We need more Zuma. I can't wait to see him in the anime. That won't happen for a while, though. Chainsaw Man is ending soon? Is it? Is part 2 ending soon? This is the first I'm hearing of it. So let's talk about the new batch of manga, right? Because that'll bring me to Kanato's Magic and kind of the reception that got, and then I want to talk about like anime discourse right now. Let's go to if we go to rankings, Kanato's Magic is number 12 on Manga Plus. Alien Headbutt, which has how many chapters? Alien Headbutt has 4. Kanato's Magic should have 5. Yep, so Alien Headbutt is like a week ahead. That makes sense. Underdoctor is 19 because it should have like 7? No, 6 chapters. Yeah. So they're all separated by like a week. Underdoctor, I can't really speak on because I'm behind. Alien Headbutt is the newest one, so I won't say anything definitive yet, but I really don't see anyone like crazy excited about it. And then Kanato's Magic seems to be generating the most buzz for good reasons and bad reasons. People keep saying it's like, oh, it's like a fairy tale. It's like, you know, right? And when people kept saying, oh, it's like fairy tale, I would be like, oh, that's cool. But then I would also be like, like, good luck with that, right? Like, who wants to be fairy tale, right? And I mean that with all the love in the world, but like, fairy tale does not have like an unproblematic reputation. Like, when was the last time you thought fairy tale and we're like, oh, I love fairy tale, it causes no problems, everyone agrees it's a great manga, it's never problematic, everyone agrees that it's just a good quality series? Like, there's no, you know, good times of fairy tale. Like, who are we kidding, right? So when people started saying that about Kanato's Magic, and then I read the manga for myself, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be another one of those manga where people like have to have like really weird opinions about it. And oh boy, did we get weird opinions about it. But so that's like my impression of how well they're doing. As far as like which ones I like the most so far, I kind of like them equally. It's still too early to say. I like Underdoctor. I like the premise. The only thing I think, because I think I read the first 3 chapters, the only thing I was worried about is like, you know, what's the pacing gonna be like, and like what's the end game here. Kanato's Magic, it's another like shonen fantasy series. I'm sure, you know, they can do all the good things with it. I like it. I like the way it's going. I also think it's funny. Alien Headbutt, I really only read the first chapter, so TBD on that one. That one, I'm not going to say anything on that because I only read the first chapter. Now, let's talk about Kanato's Magic. So basically, I see chat. I'll answer chat in a second. The thing with Kanato's Magic, if you didn't see it, basically there was a chapter where there's a character like Yamato. They imagine themselves as like a knight, kind of like Yamato imagined themselves as Odin. They appear to act, you know, it's a female character. They act like a man. Then the main character saves them, basically, and then they switch. So then they like suddenly are acting like a girl. People were flipping out. I won't go into specifics because I think it's stupid. But yeah, there's like a genuine conversation, and I wouldn't make a video on this because I don't really care to cover like the anime YouTube meta, and nor do I think people care to see me personally talk about it. Not yet anyway. But there's like a real lack of, I guess, leadership in the community, or like people to look up to in the community. And it's kind of left this like weird state in the anime and manga community where like people just come up with like the weirdest takes because everyone's just trying to be like a hive leader, and it's very cringe. And you just look and you're just like, bro, what are we talking about? Some of the comments on my videos lately have been just like real head scratchers where I'm just like, are we looking at the same series? So yeah, discourse is in a weird place right now. It's always been like, you know, rolling the dice when you talk to people on the internet, but especially lately, I feel like people are just like talking out of their butts. Thoughts on the Inuyasha manga? Have not read it, but love Rumiko Takahashi, so love it. Regarding Trembling Right Hand, not gonna lie, after chapter 5 the series is getting worse and worse. I mean, I kind of suspected that. That's why I said it. It was the same thing with Phantom Ghostwriter. It gets way too convoluted. It becomes hard to like really write that kind of story in the long term. So it was an interesting premise, but it was similar enough to Phantom Ghostwriter where I was like, I'm all set. Read Mao. It's made by Rumiko Takahashi. Well, Mao's getting an anime this spring, so keep an eye out for that. Which seinen manga do you think might get an anime? Man, wishful thinking, but I'd love to see a proper Berserk remake. I know the Arcane... Didn't the Arcane people say like, oh, we're interested in Berserk, that would be dope. But I don't think that'll ever happen. The way the latest chapters for Chainsaw Man are going on, it feels close to an end. I mean, I said that before, right? Like, what chapter are we on? On chapter 230? Yeah, it feels about right. It's been going on for over 100 chapters now. So part 2 is 133 chapters, something like that. So I would imagine it's going to wrap up soon. It feels like you can't even like analyze the events in Trembling Right Hand because you're just constantly shocked. Yeah, it's just like you can't even enjoy the series. Also give Dead Account a read and read more manga from outside Weekly Shonen Jump. I read manga outside of Shonen Jump. Check out my recommendation video from December. I recommended a bunch of manga that weren't in Shonen Jump. I will add Dead Account to the list though. I've been meaning to like go on like a real manga binge, but truthfully I've been on a comics binge, specifically DC Comics. I've been reading the Absolute comics. Highly recommend them. Absolute Batman is amazing. Absolute Wonder Woman is my favorite right now. Absolute Superman is pretty good too, but I think Batman and Wonder Woman are better. Haven't read... So I've read Absolute Martian Manhunter. That one I'm just like, it's all right. The art is good, but the story I'm just like, meh. Absolute Green Lantern, I'm just like, it looks all right. And then Absolute Flash, I'm like skeptic about because it seems like it's more of just the same crazy stuff with Flash. But yeah, if you're looking for newer DC comic recommendations, ask your boy. I really hate the fact that the translations for Togen Anki aren't caught up. It's seriously infuriating. That sucks. Kingdom has an official English release if you're interested. Yeah, I saw that. I do need to read Kingdom at some point. Someone asked before if you would look at the story of Sayun Koko anime 2006 Madhouse as it kind of serves as a precursor to Apothecary Diaries. How is that a precursor to Apothecary Diaries? I'm catching up on the Fire Force anime. I finished the first season and watched 7 episodes of the second season. I need to catch up to see the whole 2D versus live action thing. And Tamaki, the final fan service. I forget what Tamaki, the final fan service is. I genuinely forget what that is. I am excited to see the finale of Fire Force though. I think that'll be pretty cool. So far, I haven't seen... It's funny that you bring up Fire Force. I haven't seen like a whole lot of buzz for it, but I haven't seen anyone really complaining. Like the last part of Fire Force, everyone was just like, man, this isn't it. This ain't it. But this part, right? Because aren't we getting new episodes? Am I crazy? April. Yeah, it's been weekly since January. Yeah, so I'm not crazy. What else? Same setting, either set or inspired by Chinese culture. Yeah, but how is it the precursor to Apothecary Diaries? Or is it just a similar manga? Because precursor means a specific thing. Do you read comics outside of DC and Marvel? Because I would like more recommendations outside the big two. Read Scott Pilgrim. If you've read Scott Pilgrim, read his other graphic novel, Seconds. That one is really good. I'm trying to think, what's a good comic outside of DC and Marvel? If you like Transformers, the Transformers comics are supposed to be really good. The Image comics, not the IDW, the Image comics Transformers stuff is supposed to be really good. It's by Robert Kirkman, who worked on or works on whatever Invincible, so definitely check that out. Trying to think if there's anything else besides that. No, I would say read Seconds, and then if you're looking for something that's ongoing, check out Transformers. I mean, the whole drama on Twitter because of the new Tamaki episode for fan service is important for the plot. I did not see this. Let's go Tamaki. It says March 4th, but oh god. I don't remember this scene. It's weird that this, I mean, it's not weird, it should be expected, but it's weird that this scene got like the most animation. That's so funny. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course, Chibi Reviews came out of the weeds to cover the Tamaki episode. God damn it. Oh, Eden's just reminded me. Shout out to Dr. Stone coming in April? Oh yeah, April spring season. Sorry. Losing my mind there. Don't mind me. What else we got going on? Where is Vertigo? Sorry for bringing it up, OG, but feel free to look into it. No, you can bring it up whatever you want. Just, I just didn't understand like what you meant by it being the precursor. It sounds like it's a similar manga that came before it. The impression I was getting was that like, hold on, I'm losing my mind here. Sorry, the clip of Higuruma and Yuji fighting in the newest JJK episode just went live, and everyone is like losing their minds. It does look really good. What time is it? 1:42? Okay. A new supernatural battle manga titled Ray by Day by Uno Koji will start. Sorry, now I'm just reading Twitter. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Remember, fan service will save the world. Yes, totally. Have I read Osugui? No, but I will add it to the list. Is someone complaining about angle as usual in Jujutsu? No. People were just saying it looks really good. Like, genuinely, it was just praise. I'm sure some people are complaining, but, you know, that's everybody. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about. I think that's mostly it. I do just want to go back to where the hell? Oh, here we go. Manga Plus. Manga Plus. I just want to revisit the rankings. So Spy Family is number 6. Sakamoto Days is number 7. Talk about a series that needs to end. Sakamoto Days. What is it? 250 chapters? 249. I was off by 1. Yeah. That series will probably wrap up around chapter 300, but I'm just like, God damn, bro. How's that one still going? That's crazy. What else have we got? Kagurabachi number 8. Ichi 11. I feel like that'll get fixed in like a week or 2. What is it? Oh, God. Centuria number 13. Witch Riv is 18. Love to see that. Because it's what? Chapter 10 now? No, it's like almost chapter 20. That's awesome. Usually at that point, it like will fall down to like 30 or 40. But Witch Riv is staying strong. Make the Exorcist Fall in Love is at 20. That's good for that. That's another series. I'm like, I need to reread that one. Give it another chance. Ashura's Verdict. That's number 21. Drama Queen. Goku Rakugai, that's another Goku Rakugai, that's another series. I'm just like, man, everyone forgot about that one real fast. Chojin X. Hematen. I am curious to see what happens with Hematen, because it is reaching chapter, it is like towards the end of the year, it'll be close to 100 chapters. So it's kind of at that point, like, I feel like they could, I mean, again, I'm behind by like 50 chapters, but it's one of those series where it's like, they're either going to end it or it's going to like make its way to like being a full series. I don't love that Hero Organization is at 32. I imagine that's because it's in like the middle of an arc. It was closer to like 25 or even like 20. not too long ago, so I don't love that. Kyoshi is at number 40, which is pretty normal for Kyoshi. That's pretty much it. Yo, we got Edens in the chat. I was just talking about you, Edens, and how you reminded me about Dr. Stone. Thank you. You should read New Ay's Exorcist. I've read the first 30 chapters. I would like to catch up. Did I hear Witch Riv popped in at just the right time? Yeah, no, I was just saying it's kind of crazy that, you know, it's got almost 20 chapters now and it's still in the top 20. Usually, like, a series will start off strong because it's new, but then by like chapter 15 it'll be in like the 30s. What would a good example of that be? Nothing right now. Where's Drama Queen? Excuse me. I mean, just look at Underdoctor. Underdoctor only has 6 chapters. It already dropped to like 20. It's not even in like the top 15 anymore. But Witch Riv is still going strong. So it's a sign that like it's a healthy series and that the interest is there. So if it stays strong, I think it has a lot of potential. Hype is irrelevant for the story. Congratulations, you like kind of missed the point. No, what I'm saying is that it's not about hype. It's a matter of like, this is a metric for people reading the story. Is it the most accurate metric? No, but it is a metric, right? And it shows that of all the manga on Manga Plus, a lot of people are still reading Witch Riv every week. So that would tend to indicate that people are still interested in Witch Riv. It's the only way I can explain that. I hope Hero Organization anime doesn't go to JC Staff. It's giving me those vibes. Hero Organization will be an interesting one because it's like so specifically sci-fi. Like it's not sci-fi fantasy, right? Like it's not like sci-fi with witches or like sci-fi with a power system. Like it's very specifically sci-fi. So it's gonna be one of those series where like it's not a battle series and it's not a fantasy and it's not an isekai and it's not slice of life. So it's like, it's just harder to market because it's not those things. Like people still like sci-fi, but sci-fi is like weirdly hard to get people into as much as people like sci-fi. Thoughts on Misaka from Kagurabachi? I always forget the characters' names. Yeah, I have no comments on that. I'm behind on Kagurabachi. I feel like Goku Rakugai's schedule really messed up any hype for it. Well, that's one where I will agree with Dragfang, where I'm like, I don't really care about the hype. But again, hype doesn't mean everything, but it does mean something, right? So like, if we look at the schedule, where are the first chapters? Let's go to, should be on Shonen Jump. Let's check. Goku Rakugai. Of Of course, my fat fingers messed it up. Here we go. So let's see. So going back to chapter 20, because that's all Jump will tell me. September 3rd, October 3rd. Early November, December, skipped January. That makes sense. February, March. Skipped all of April, May. Skipped all of June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So, I mean, for the most part, it's like, it seems like it sticks to a monthly schedule, but how long are the chapters? All right, let's look at chapter 3 is how many chapters? 46 chapters. All right, let's look at how long is chapter 6. Chapter 6 is 30 chapters, so already getting slimmer. All right, chapter 19, 30 chapters. Okay. All right, so now let's look at chapter 34. Chapter 34, 26. All right, so let's look at another one. Chapter 25, 30 chapters, 28. So, I mean, it's clearly longer than like a weekly series. Like the intention was clearly like to be monthly, but yeah, I'm probably missing some context here, but it's just one of those series where like you're not gonna people really underestimate like the necessity to have a series weekly. If it's not coming out every week, people aren't thinking about it. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Galaxius. Galaxius is, I think, basically monthly, right? Bro, how many people are like regularly going online to hype up Galaxius? Nobody I see. But Galaxius is awesome. It's just, it's not weekly. So it's not even a matter of like, you know, people don't want to put in the effort if they don't think, you know, there's like a fan base or something. It's just a matter of like, if something's not coming out every week, you got other stuff going on, right? Like, it's the same thing with comic books, right? Like, if a comic book isn't coming out, like, at least, you know, every couple of weeks, if it only comes out like once a month, you're gonna forget about it. You need that like consistency. So it's not really surprising that Goku Rakugai is like kind of just in like purgatory right now in terms of like fandom, because it only comes out once a month. I mean, look at Dandadan. Dandadan is weekly. It barely ever goes on break. And even weekly, like, it's like just barely on that border of like people still care about it. Even a series like One Piece. One Piece is on the other end where like it comes out weekly, but you know, just for story and pacing issues, people are like, yeah, you know what? I need to take a break. When I say hype, I'm just meaning people getting interested and sticking around for it. And that's what I was getting at. No, I trust me, I totally agree with what you're saying. We're on the same page. It's just, Drag had said something about hype, and I had to point it out. What's the name of the series in the thumbnail? Crap. It should be, let me pull up my YouTube page. Starting going left to right, Mad. Crap, I forget the green mage. Ichi the Witch, Journey of a Dark Elf with Fading Powers, and then something Angels Fall in Love. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. One Piece, love it or hate it, it's generating conversation nearly every week. I mean, that's a conversation, right? Like, what if One Piece was only monthly? Because honestly, the same thing kind of happened to Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan got to a point where, like, people would almost forget it was still running. People would come back, but it got to a point where because it was monthly and it, like, you know, it was only coming out with so much every month, right? People got to a point where they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna read it in like a year. Anyway, we've kind of come to a natural conclusion in the conversation, so I'm gonna wrap things up. I don't know that I got my next work schedule yet. Hold on one second. I don't believe I got it yet. I did not get it yet. I will get it soon. I'm going to try my best to stream twice next week. I don't believe. Part of the problem is in the Northeast, we've just been like bombarded with snow. Like, we got another half foot the other day. I just want to check the weather at least. It's saying clear skies next week, so I should be good to stream twice next week. But we'll see. I have a suspicion my work schedule is gonna get in the way, but we'll see. Anyway, look out for, there'll be at least one video this weekend, hopefully two. Look out for that. There'll be videos next week as well that I think everyone's gonna like, especially if you're a Gachi Akata fan. Anyway, thanks everybody, and I will see you soon. Peace.